morning, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 7, Episode 19, The Best Mini Drone Is. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Let's just jump into the chat. Let's see who we got. Looks like we got a full house tonight. Jaybird was here, Frank Rizzo, Akarasho, John Olson, Dr. Ted is here. Let's see, Jaybird again. Okay, all right. Richard is here. Welcome. Hope you guys are all doing well this evening. I wanted to start off tonight. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. I'm getting there. Trust me, I'm getting there. We here at Bill the Drone Reviewer want to offer our deepest sympathies and condolences to our great friend and a great friend of the drone community, Mark Fisher. His mom recently passed away. Mark, we extend our deepest sympathies to you and your family. We know how much your mother meant to you. And, our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time and your family. Please know that we're here for you. And you are one of the truly great people, not just in the drone community, but in life that I've come across. You're a great person, and our thoughts and prayers are with you. So I just wanted to go ahead and get started with that tonight. Okay. Leonard Oglesby is here. Lauren is here. Let's see who else. All right. Okay. Got a lot to talk about tonight. I was kind of a little bit leery for tonight, but I did find some things that we're going to talk about. Hey, John, welcome. Glad to see you're here tonight. Just as a side note, I'm starting to get things lined up to get my dental situation taken care of. And it's unfortunately going to delay my retirement at least a year, because I'm having to do rob Peter to pay Paul and all this kind of good stuff. And timing is such, probably the first surgery is probably going to happen sometime around June. So, and hopefully I'm going to delay the second surgery till after my birthday if I can. So, all right, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm looking forward to it too, because it's changed a lot for me. And I want to thank all of you for, you're sticking up for me, because I've had a lot of not nice comments about it, but I appreciate that a lot. Art, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Okay. Actually, like I said, we do have quite a bit to talk about tonight. And the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, okay. Okay, Costco is having a sale, and it's just not on one drone, it's on two. The first one, Costco's DJI Mini 3 Pro bundle, a game changer for drone enthusiasts on a budget. And you know that the Mini 3 Pro is just an absolutely fantastic deal. Hard to find a bundle at an unbelievable price. Let's see what they have here. And you can see it's for $599, and you can see all that includes the 3 batteries, the charging hub for that, and the controller. And that's a great deal for $599. That's an outstanding drone. Until the Mini 4 Pro came out, that was the class of drones. But not to be outdone by that, okay? All right, not to be outdone. Costco is on a roll here, all right? Now, they offer an unbeatable deal on DJI Mini 3 drone, okay? You can see it looks like their SD card, filters, the controller, and this is on the Mini 3. Let's see how much they're $399.99. The bundle includes a DJI Mini 3 drone, DJI RC N1 controller, a 64-gigabyte SD card, and an ND filter set. So that is absolutely fantastic. Hey, Marcus, welcome. And I'm sorry, I know exactly what one thing that I need to do here that I didn't do already. So hang on a second here, guys. I had one of those days at work today that was just, it just kind of, it was wall to wall all day today, and it was crazy. And I literally was putting this stuff together just a few hours ago. Normally, I get this done way ahead of time here. So All right, Marcus, I dropped a link in the chat for you. I'm sorry. I do that. Johnny's here. Welcome, Johnny. You, Captain Joe Merica, welcome. Captain Joe, good to see you here. And Koopy is in the house. Okay, all right. Wow. Well, we're good now. Koopy's in the house. What can I say? Great show last night on Drone Nation. You don't see me in the chat because it's bedtime for me then. I get up at 0:30 every day, and I get up even an hour earlier than that when I have to drive into work. So that's why you don't see me on Drone Nation, but I try to catch bits and pieces of it afterwards, and I did. Great show last night. You guys did great. Koopy's always great to have him on. He was fantastic last night. All right. Okay. So those are the deals on the Mini 3, the DJI Mini 3 and the DJI Mini 3 Pro at Costco. Avail yourself of that. If you're a Costco member, take advantage of it. Those are fantastic deals, great prices. Go for it. Absolutely. It is a fantastic drone. Okay. All right. Now, one of the other hot topics this year has been, and I'm going to try to get this here. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Which DJI drones have remote ID? Here's a complete list, and it's updated as of this month. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Which DJI drones have remote ID? Here's a complete list updated this month. DJI Mini 4K, DJI Avata 2, DJI Mini 4 Pro, DJI Air 3, DJI Mavic 3 Pro, DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine, DJI Inspire 3, DJI M350 RTK, DJI Air 2S, DJI Mavic 3, DJI Mavic 3 Classic, DJI Mavic 3 Cine, DJI Avata, DJI Mini 3, DJI Mini 3 Pro, DJI Flycart 30, DJI FPV, DJI Mavic 2 Pro, DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, DJI Mavic Air 2, DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, DJI Mavic 3 Thermal, DJI Mavic 3 Multispectral, DJI Matrice 30, DJI M30 dock version, DJI Matrice 30T dock version, DJI M300 RTK, DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, DJI Phantom 4 RTK, DJI Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, DJI Phantom 4 Pro Plus V2.0. That's the one that has the building controller in the building screen in the controller. DJI Agras T50, DJI Agras T25, DJI Agras T40, DJI Agras T30, DJI Agras T20P, and DJI Agras T10. Okay, that was a mouthful. Okay, got all that out, but that's good news to know. Okay, DJI's covering all these drones for remote ID, so that's a good thing. So rest assured, that's all taken care of. Okay. And as always, articles are in Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group, so you guys can go ahead and check them out. Okay. A little bit of a lighter note here, and for those of you who went to the South Florida drone meet, we got to see a lot of drones up in the air at one time. I think it was like 27, which was fantastic. But apparently here, biggest drone show breaks world record. Swarm drone specialist UV Iffy has achieved a new Guinness Book world record for most drones airborne simultaneously. 5,293 IFO aircraft light up the night sky in Songdo, South Korea. Okay, and I'm not going to play the video, but you guys are welcome to take a look at that. But that's an incredible record, and it's incredible that they were able to keep them up in the air like that without having any accidents or anything. So wanted to run that by you guys and let you know that was going on here. Okay. All right. It seems that there's just this one. There he is.
Are we talking about DJI tonight?
I think so. I hope so. I think that's why we're here. I'm not sure. So
okay.
All right.
I just want to make sure we were pumping up the right company.
Yeah, we're pumping up the right company. We're doing this. Look at you. You got it. You got it right on your lap right there. Okay. Doesn't get any better than that. Seriously.
Yeah.
So how are you, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How about yourself, Bill?
Pretty good. Came across another article here, and it's just like, I'm like, yawn, ho hum here. Okay. Connecticut jumps on protectionism-fueled DJI drone bandwagon, and this is a state approval here. Legislators in Connecticut taking a significant step toward banning the purchase and use of DJI drones by state and municipal agencies after a Democrat-led majority of Senate members passed a draft law phasing out use of the company's UAVs over the weekend. Okay. 26-10 approval by Connecticut Senate. The bill now heads to the state house, where the push will be on to pass it into law before legislation session ends on midnight Wednesday. The measures banning drone purchases from China and not so drone powerhouse Russia were wrapped inside a consumer protection package. Okay. And you know what, Marcus, and I'm going to say this, and I think, Ron were here, he would probably agree with us. Okay. William Shakespeare is the man of 1,000 quotes. And one of his famous ones, my mother loved this, was Much Ado About Nothing. Okay. And you know what? This is all this is. This is Much Ado About Nothing. All right. We've kind of like been peddling that message for as long as, they've been Congress or the Senate or House or whoever has been threatening some action. We've remained consistent with this. Okay. And, and I know our good friend Russ from 51 Drones, don't worry about it, and I'm glad he put out that video because it's right. Don't worry. People are going crazy over this, Marcus. And it's like, don't worry about this, Yeah,
we're not, I struggle to believe we're going to lose our DJI consumer drones. However, it's not out of the realm of possibility. But it appears to just simply be China bashing. That's the only thing. We've been, how long have we been talking about this? A couple of years?
Easy, yeah.
Show us the smoking gun, and nobody ever has. It's all these vague terms like, they're collecting metadata or whatever. Well, what metadata are they collecting that, as we've discussed many times, that you can't get off of your cell phone or whatever? So it is, it's very odd.
I keep hearing, some things like infrastructure. Okay. Well, you know what? There's satellites up there, and China has satellites. They can see our infrastructure all day long.
That's it. Their satellites probably can get all those pictures that they want. So I just don't get it either. And you know what, Bill, I know you are a patriot, and I can tell you I'm a patriot. You know what? Show me something that these drones are doing that's harming our country, and I'll send them to the crusher right now, every damn one of them.
Yeah. And you know what, Marcus? No one has. Okay. I know Bob Dempsey said something. He talked to a congresswoman who says it's a security clearance kind of thing. And I'm like, you know what? They can say that all day long. Okay. It's like the old from the Tom Cruise movie. Show me the money. Okay. Show me the infractions. Show me these violations. And as we've talked before, the old thing with Huawei. Okay. What they do, shut them down. And they showed that they were doing what they said they were doing. Fine. You know what? Not one person has showed one shred of evidence about this. And in fact, DJI has been audited not twice, I think, but at least 3 times independently. Nothing. Clean as a whistle. Okay. So,
well, you could, the Huawei thing is different because, they showed that they had software and stuff in their switches, etc., that are were within our communications infrastructure, and they had the ability to shut down communications. Okay, I understand that. So maybe China could ground all of our DJI drones. Okay, that's the worst thing you could say. I believe. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's this constant, and a lot of people have talked, and I've seen some other articles outside of, I don't want to call them drone circles, but news organizations and stuff. A lot of people have said, Skydio has their hand in this, and you know, probably maybe Air.
Maybe to a degree, but even at that, you know, why if Skydio was so worried about it, they'd still be making consumer drones, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
And be making, yeah, exactly here. So, you know, it's again, I'm just gonna say what Shakespeare said: much ado about nothing. Okay, and fly your drones, enjoy them. Don't look over your shoulders. Okay, you know,
it feels like politics. It feels like politics.
And you know what? It's one of these things. It's not Democratic. It's not Republican. It's just
bipartisan. Yeah,
bipartisan horse doo-doo. Okay, I mean, for lack of a better term, and it gets old having to bring this up all the time. I mean, it really does. It really does. There's Mr. Ron Brown.
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing?
This is the first Marcus. This is a landmark episode here. This is the first episode that our colleague Ron Brown has been without eyewear on.
I was going to ask you, Bill, if you see my glasses around, I can't locate them.
Yeah, fine. Hey, well, so did you guys see the post I put on Drone Nation this afternoon or this morning?
No.
So I found an episode, Bill. I believe it was the first episode that you invited Ron and I on Rotor Talk Live.
Oh my God!
From 2019.
Wow!
I posted a link to your replay of it on Drone Nation.
I watched a little bit of it. We were talking. It's so old, Bill. We were talking about the Anafi.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And the
that is a real blast from the past. I mean, a real blast from the past.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but did you know Costco is having a sale on the Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro?
No.
Run that by us.
Let's see.
Hey,
here.
Bill, before you go on, I do want to say that eye-related news. I went out today for the first time since my surgery and flew 2 drones.
Wow.
I flew the Mini 4 Pro, and with no reading glasses or anything, I was able to read all my telemetry. And of course, my long distance sight is real good now, but I did not need the reading glasses to read my iPhone telemetry. And then I flew the Avata too, and of course, with the diopters, I mean, I could see perfectly. So
fantastic.
That's great out as far as drone flying with the new eyeballs.
Yeah, we almost don't recognize you without your specs on. I mean,
I could throw the reading glasses on. Actually, hurt my eyes I'm too close to the computer.
So what's the price, Bill?
The Mini 3 Pro, okay, with 3 batteries, an SD card, and the charging hub. That is, let's see here. Let's get it right.
Drum roll.
Price is just $649. The offer is not limited to Costco members, making it accessible to anyone interested in grabbing this fantastic.
Oh, that's online, yeah.
So you can order that online, okay.
Yeah, hard to find bundle and DJI Mini 3 bundles are difficult to come by. While the DJI Mini 3 Pro is available in the DJI official store for $599, customers would still need to purchase additional batteries separately. Okay, the Fly More combo, which includes accessories, is priced at $249 on Amazon. So, but not to be outdone. Okay, yes. Not to be outdone here. All right, I'm going to show you guys this. Okay. They're also offering a deal on the Mini 3, okay? And that's at a remarkable price of $399.99. It includes the Mini 3 drone, the RC N1 controller, a 64-gig SD card, and an ND filter set.
And that's one battery?
And one battery.
Yeah.
Marcus, that's less than the Holy Stone HS900.
It is, and that's just an that's a great deal. And even somebody that's looking at the Mini 4K, God, for another $100, you get so much more there in that.
Oh yeah,
That's
what I said when I saw this today.
Yeah, I mean, however you get your money, whether you need to work a couple more weeks or save $5 more out of your paycheck a week or whatever. I do that until I got the $100 to get that Mini 3 instead.
Yeah.
Here's the way I put it to people: is if you're confident that drone is going to be a hobby for you and one that you want to continue to do, buy the most expensive DJI drone you can afford, because it's just as easy to fly that Mavic 3 Pro as it is that little Mini 4K.
Billy made that point in his Mini 4K video that it doesn't matter what DJI drone is, it's all the same app. They all have basically the same flight characteristics. It's no harder to fly a Mavic 3 Pro than it is a Mini 2K 4K.
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
And yeah, no harder. And in some ways, I could even say easier because it's a bigger drone, easier to see, etc. So
obstacle avoidance and all that helpful
obstacle
stuff,
avoidance and all those things. Yeah.
Well, one of the other things I want to do before we get to our main topic here, and let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, this was interesting. I had seen it on a technology site, but Monster Manta Ray spy drone ready to prowl oceans for United States Navy, and apparently it comes in 5 boxes and can be assembled. And you take a look at the size of it, and it can be assembled, and it has, I think, 4 or 5 different payload options on it, meaning probably like torpedoes, something along those lines. They're getting ready to actually deploy it and to go out with Navy ships to see actually how it does out in the sea. So, and the thing that I always find really interesting with this, especially these, okay, number one, they have to be autonomous, all right, because obviously radio waves don't go under the water, all right, so they have to be programmed unless they are not don't go that deep and have antennas that stick above the surface. I don't know.
So one of the coolest things about this, Bill, is that it can loiter. They can drop it down to the seabed. It can sit there for weeks and months, and all I know, maybe even years, till it's needed, and then up it comes.
Well, a lot of people aren't familiar. The Air Force has, I think it's called the XB-37, and it looks like, if you, for lack of a better term, a mini shuttle. And these things have stayed in orbit for like 1.5 years, almost 2 years at a time. And they're classified. They're United States Air Force. You can't find out about them, but they obviously carry missions for the Department of Defense. So, this is some great technology that's here. And, and while, again, it's not a typical drone as we think of a typical drone or even an undersea drone, it's interesting to look at this technology. I just thought,
if it does go under sea, like Marcus talked about, I hope it has returned to home.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it has very sophisticated guidance systems in there as well too. So,
and precision return.
Precision landing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got
have a price tag on that drone.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay.
But okay. I posted the other day, and this was good. This was really good. All right. There's this company over in Europe that is making your own personal submarine. Okay. It's I think about 500 feet long, will submerge to about 600 feet, and has a helicopter pad on it, and can be yours for a cool $2 million.
Heck with that, Bill. I'd rather have that Jetson single person flyable.
Oh, I hear you on that. I hear
it's only 200,000 or something, right? Wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. Well, that sub could be
Bill, the helicopter included for that $2 million.
It's $2 billion. I'm sorry, my mistake. It was $2 billion, not million. So,
I guess the helicopter could be included for $2 billion.
I think it probably should be at that kind of a price. Said it can run for several months, but I don't know what the fuel source is
for that
on it. So, I got a question to ask. Well, both of you, did you guys watch the Apple event, and what are your reactions on it?
I've had a busy day, so I haven't really got down to sit and watch the whole thing. But I read all the stuff on the website or whatever. And all the Apple. You think the drone shows are big? The Apple guys. We should have gotten the Apple. Those guys all have millions of subs or whatever. They pretty much predicted all this a week or two ago. Everything we saw today, the pricing, the M4 making its debut, the first ever M4 appearing on the iPad Pro series.
Right.
And the Air getting the older M2 chip.
There was a surprise, though. They didn't replace the Mini, did they, Ron?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you call that a surprise. The Mini is kind of like the redheaded stepchild. It only gets updated every once in a blue moon. unfortunately for people that are big Mini fans, and of course in our drone community, a lot of people used to fly with mini Apple Minis as their as their device before all the built-in controllers arrived from DJI.
Yeah, I agree, Ron. That used to be a big deal, and not so much anymore.
Not
A
so
couple
much
of
anymore,
things
yeah.
happened. I think people started buying those super bright Android pads because they liked the bright screen, and then of course, obviously, all the all-in-one controllers. Who's really pioneered that? DJI, of course, and they've made it affordable.
Dr. Ted Bowman said, "Isn't the screen upgraded to 1,000 nits?" Apple, I didn't dig that deep. Apple never really mentions the nits unless you dig deep into specs. I know the Pro Series got the OLED screens, just like the phones have now. I don't know what that means. Well, you can see the OLED phone screens better in the sun, can't you, than the previous ones?
Yeah, that's a big deal to Ted. He needs as bright of a screen as he can get. Yeah.
Well, for me, I think the last time I used a Mini iPad was on my Phantom 4 Pro V2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't long after that the smart controller became compatible with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, the original smart controller. And I didn't need my Mini anymore for that. Okay.
Yeah. And you know why the iPad Mini was perfect for the fans? Because the size of that controller, the screen actually looked like it fit that giant controller. When you put the iPad Mini on the smaller like RC N1 controllers, it just it doesn't look like it belongs there.
Right. It doesn't. It fits. It's out of place. But with the Phantom 4 control, it was perfect. And the Achilles, the time that I said I'm done with this, and I was so glad that the smart controller came out, was my Mini overheated. It shut down, and I'm lucky that the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 was on its way back home. It was, I had hit return to home, but then my iPad Mini got too hot and it shut down. It completely shut down on me. So,
well, we all know that Florida weather, huh? It's tough on places.
See, it's already brutal. Okay, it's in the mid to upper 80s. Well, it's been 90 the past several days. We had rain the other day, and you know how remarkable that is. In the month of April, we had 25 days without rain.
And the whole time I was there for the South Florida drum meetup, I never saw a drop of rain, at least during the daylight hours.
Well, I went out and I recorded it because I'm like, this is a rare treat. And sure enough, it was only like about 20 minutes, and then boom, about another 20 minutes later, you never even knew it rained. Okay,
hey, Bill, can you blow some of that warm air up to South Jersey and out to Boise, Idaho?
I heard, and the thing is, next week, next Thursday, we're going up to Ohio. It's Hamvention in Dayton, Ohio. It's the largest ham radio convention in the world, and we're also going to see our grandkids and my kids up there. But I'm hoping it's going to be warmer.
While you're in Dayton, Bill, make sure you make time to go by the Air Force Museum. That's something to see.
I have done that already, sir. And you know what else I did? I did go over, and it's a special tour, and I went to see the hangar with the original Air Force One on it. The Air Force One that JFK was on, and that's actually on the active portion of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Wow. And you cannot take pictures on the bus on the way over there. They will not let you do that. But it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I loved going through there, and I loved going through the museum itself. It really takes a good couple of days to do that right, to really do that. Okay,
hey, Bill, does Ohio have the same weather that Pennsylvania has? And by that I mean, Marcus, Pennsylvania has a type of weather where one day in the spring you could be wearing a winter coat one day, and the next day you could turn the air conditioner on. Does Ohio have that weather too?
It sounds like Idaho. I can tell you that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick update with Cogito Specta. All right.
Oh, okay.
We haven't heard anything back. And the reason we haven't heard anything back, and I think our good friend Richard alludes to it, with why his FIMI Mini 3 hasn't shipped yet. It was Chinese New Year's right now. So they were all off. I think until today was the day that they're coming back. Now, last I heard from them, it's going to be sometime this month. All right. that they're going to go ahead, that their website is going to be up and active. Number one, I mean, to be able to purchase
will they be available on Amazon like the other one
right,
was?
it's going to be available on Amazon. The Mini's going to be available on Amazon, and the extra batteries and props are going to be available on Amazon.
That's
so
good.
How many Chinese New Years are there? I thought typically that was in February.
Well,
Bill's misstated. It's Chinese Labor Day.
Chinese Labor Day. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It was Chinese Labor Day. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
These holidays are easy to get mixed up. And that's also, Bill, Richard said that's the reason his Phoebe Mini 3 didn't show up in tracking because of that holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chinese Labor Week. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that, guys. Okay.
Yeah. I mean to confuse everybody.
The other thing,
Marcus, what's wrong with having more than one New Year's?
No, I did not say anything was wrong with it. It was just confusing.
I don't have a problem with that either here. And I wanted to spend a few minutes because, all right, first of all, I watched part of your guys' show on replay, and it was a great show last night. All right. And
Mr. John Coopy and Patrick Sutton, a great guest.
Yes, you had some great guests. Having Coopy on, it's always a treat having Coopy on. He's always great. And his sense of humor is off the wall, and I love it. All right. Well, one of the things that I'm getting, and I'm still getting a lot of messages about it, is the Mini 4K. And you know what? All right. I want to go over this article here, the best mini cam drones to buy in 2024. Then I want to talk here for a minute. The Mini 4K is at $299. The Mini 3, $549. And we already talked about the deal at Costco.
Right.
The Mini 4 Pro at $959 here. Okay. And about registering drones right here. So
the Air 4.
Yeah. And the Air 4. You're great.
Just thought I'd sneak that in there.
That was good.
Bill's still under NDA on his Air 4 market. Be careful.
Yeah, you almost made me slip here, okay? And just yeah. All right. Well, the one thing that I wanted to bring up is, it seems like it's such a hot topic, okay? In terms of, people are arguing, is this a completely new drone? Was this a redone drone and all that? It's like
a lot. Bill, you're right. Exactly. A lot of people are very upset over this for what unknown reasons.
It blows me away.
Yeah.
The best feature of the Mini 4K that the Mini 2 could never touch.
Yeah.
$299.
Mark's exactly right. Don't look at any of the specs. Just look at the $299. That's the only thing you need to look at.
The Mini 4 was or the Mini 2 was never $299.
$449 on a release day.
Yeah.
Well, to me, all right, it's so ridiculous seeing people, and they still are arguing. I put up that real short video announcing the Mini 4K, and people are still going at it on there, okay, about it. And
people
it's ridiculous.
A lot of people have hate for this poor Mini 4K.
Well, DJI needs to put on an SDK so I can upgrade mine, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, good Lord.
No, they don't. Just so you can upgrade your Air or your Mini 2 SE to 4K? No. Number one, it doesn't have the right chipset. Number two, no, DJI doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah. Thank you, Marcus. For both of those points, especially this chipset. Okay. And I got that thrown back at me like in a nuclear second. You know what I've been doing? I've been staying out of these comments. I've been letting these people just have at it. Okay.
Free for all, huh?
A free for all. And let them go.
Bill, real quick, can I answer Uncle Bill's question? He said, what OcuSync does it have? I'll let Marcus handle this one.
Yeah, 2. OcuSync 2. Just like the Mini 2. Same as the Mini 2. Yeah. It flies like the Mini 2. It takes video like the Mini 2.
Bill,
it doesn't have that little light on the
Bill has the Mini 2. Uncle Bill, don't have the Mini 4K. That's easy. If you have the Mini 2, you don't look at this Mini 4K anymore.
Unless you want an extra drone to throw in your motorhome or something,
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't want to call it a disposable drone, but okay. It's one of these ones you leave it in your car, and when you have an instance of being able to take it out, you take it out and use it. All right. It's like I don't want
we even get accused of pushing this drone, and I say every show I go on, and every show we've been on, we all say, if you got the Mini 2, don't buy it. If you got the Mini 2, Mini 3, Mini 4, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
But I did, Ron. I bought it anyway.
Well, we didn't tell you in time.
Well, you permanently, and we think, and Ron, I do want to verify this sometime. Maybe we can have Sarah on a show by herself to tell us about that permanent buy button that's installed on Marcus's desk right there. But all kidding aside about this, all right, it's just out of control. And I haven't seen this kind of level of bickering and arguing over something,
the SE2 had a lot of the same things, but this is bigger this time.
Yeah, hey, I want to answer Uncle Bill's second question. Now that one is there's a little bit of nuance.
A tough question.
Does it have RID? He's saying.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of nuance to that. When I updated the firmware on the Mini 4K, that one of the things that it said added remote ID for certain countries. So what's interesting about that is that clearly it is remote ID capable. I'll be honest with you. I wish they would make it transmit remote ID in the U.S. Because then if you're a Part 107 flyer, it's one less thing you have to worry about, right?
You don't have to put that little chip, that little remote ID in you don't need a module. Right.
Or give you, the FAA says you can't put a switch, so they'd either have to turn it on or off. But regardless,
the size of the battery is the switch, but of course that drone doesn't have a plus
oversized battery. That's true. But the point of it is, evidently there are some countries that require remote ID even on a sub 250 drone, and that update enabled it.
And here it is. This is DJI's updated remote ID list, and look what's first right here. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there.
You know what I need to do, Bill? Next time I fly it, I will take my Google Pixel 6 and run the drone scanner app and see if I see anything. I'll let you know.
Or maybe on your phone you could change the location to Europe or whatever and see what happens. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know how to do that, Ron. I'd have to do some research.
Send that photo. Send all that gear over to Jackie and see what she can come up with.
And here's the thing on this, and we've talked about this. Okay, this drone is $299. Okay, that is the feature that you need to know. Okay, it's a DJI drone for $299 that shoots 4K.
4K.
So I got a question for Richard. He goes, there's a rumor that the Mini 2 SE will get a new chip set to do 4K. Are they going to send me that chip in the mail? I don't know how to solder.
Well, that's really shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
I don't, Richard, no disrespect, but I don't really see DJI doing that because they've really kind of done this here with the Mini 4K. Okay?
And remember, they sharpened the price point on that Mini 2 SE to $279, so it sits at even a lower price point than the Mini 4K. And some people, I know not us, but it's a lot of people in the world don't care about 4K. They'd rather say that $20.
And a lot of people want to make sure it's under 250 grams. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some important things to them. And, and again here, you see this all the time. Okay. And I'll give a good example here. Okay. When the Mavic 3 came out. All right. And the Firestorm that came, not with features, not with anything else, but the good old price. Okay. There was a Firestorm like you wouldn't believe. You would have thought that, DJI, broke into the house and stole all your groceries and stole food out of a baby's mouth. It was ridiculous.
Bill, you've been warning people for like at least 6 months or more. Expect a little sticker shock here.
Yeah, we have been. We were all three of us were pounding that home and saying, "Look, this is going to cost. Okay, you don't get features for nothing. Okay, you're going to have to pay.
You don't get a Micro Four Thirds size sensor for peanuts."
yeah, you're not going to get it for $299 here. Okay?
Hey, so I see Richard is also saying new manufacturer for the Mini 2 SE. So, which is actually, I think, probably true. Isn't that what that new Specta drone is? The little Specta Mini? It's a Mini 2.
So you thought it was just a plain Mini 2, right?
Yeah,
it's a Mini. You know what it is? It really is a Mini 2 because it has 4K in it. Okay,
right,
right. So that's why that's what that is. It's a Mini 2 rebranded. So, I mean, and I'm just waiting for them. They haven't given me the official okay to release it yet. It's all ready to go out there. So, but
next comment down. I want Warren to know when that happens. I'll buy that drone, Warren. I'm all in on that one. I'll have to build a big screen in my living room, but
I was saying, Marcus, but when I watch your videos, I'll have to go down to Atlantic City and watch it in the IMAX and
go to the IMAX, go to the theater, get a bunch of popcorn, and have a great time.
And slip the guy $20. Can you put Idaho Quadcopter's video in here instead of like Star Wars?
Instead of the new Tom Cruise movie? Can we do this here tonight?
Yeah, forget that new Mission Impossible movie. You want to play the Idaho Quadcopter movie instead.
That's right. Well, okay. It's just, there always has to be somebody to come in and stir the pot up about something. All right. And this is all this is right now. These are just people just for the sake of arguing. Okay. And it's mind boggling, guys. It's like, and we, all three of us typically close the show out with this, the weather's nice. Go out and fly the drone that you have right now. Enjoy your drone, okay? And don't sit there and lament over stuff. Well, they're not including a software development kit, and they should. And I paid money for this, and
The one I loved, and actually Billy Kyle sent me a note on this too. The comments on the Mini 4K that they didn't include an SDK kit so you could do mapping with it. I mean, a $299 drone. I don't know who would use that product commercially. That's not the market for it.
Yeah, and Bill, we had remember you were there, Bill. We had that launch show, and remember it was a guy in the chat, creative something, and he kept insisting on the SDK kit, and he was going to use the drone for his mapping business, and and he was the biggest commenter in the chats or whatever. About that.
And I'll tell you what, here's the thing. If you want to go out and get a mapping drone, okay, and get a decent quality mapping drone and not have to spend a fortune, go out there and find a Phantom 4 Pro.
Phantom 4 Pro. There you go. Hey, Richard's got another comment there about, and I think he's exactly right. Well, that's one of the things that DJI is doing is they are differentiating different models for different parts of the world, right? In other words, there's other parts of the world that aren't getting the Mini 4K. Absolutely understand, that they're fine tuning their marketing for different regions of the world.
And of course, the new Mini 4K is only sold in select regions.
Europe and North America.
Now, is the Mini 2 SE, is that a worldwide drone, or can it only be purchased?
I don't know, Ron. I've never heard any different. And we immediately heard on the Mini 4K that it was only Europe and North America, but I never heard that with the Mini 2.
Do you think they'll eventually roll out the Mini 4K to other markets?
It's possible. Who knows? I mean, we'd have to get in the minds of the DJI marketers, wouldn't we?
Well, and that's one thing that I've said throughout the years. To figure them out, you have to have artificial intelligence to figure out DJI's marketing plan, because it's like one of these. It's all over the place. You have no idea.
And at the end of the day, so what appeals to, like, I know for sure the three of us and people like Richard and others, we're drone enthusiasts. And just because I fly a sophisticated DJI Mavic 3 Pro doesn't mean I'm still just as interested in that little Mini 4K. I want to see what it can do and what it's all about. I'm interested in it.
Well, I'll give you guys an example here. And the video is coming out tomorrow. I took a couple of weekends ago, I took the Mini 4 Pro out, and it was like a 25, almost 30 mile an hour windy day. and I did master shots with it. All right. And I'll tell you what, guys, it was just like, it was like flying the Mavic 3 Pro up there. It was, and you could tell in the way you knew it was a windy day. Okay. When it was coming into land and when it was taking off. Okay. You could hear, and then you saw on my B-roll, you saw it doing one of these when it was coming in for the landing. Okay. So you knew it was a windy, but up there when it was doing master shots, it was absolute steady. Get no problems at all.
Hey, Uncle Bill is making a point about the Air 2S being at end of life, and I agree, Bill. And I'm just telling you, if somebody wants to buy a great drone used, go out there and find a used Air 2S. Ron and I were talking about this the other day, so I did some research on eBay. They're selling like the Flymore kit for like $500 to $600. If you're really looking for a bargain drone that will do a lot of stuff,
yeah, we'll do the mapping, everything, because it has the older SDK kit that works with even with Apple products. Yeah,
the 1-inch sensor that everybody's always screaming about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, but 2 comments before Uncle Bill says the Mini SE is done.
I agree.
Now, he's referring to the first SE because the second SE, somebody said that's staying in the line.
Is it? That's possible. But yeah, that first SE, here's the problem with the first SE. And I don't know, you guys, and Bill, you know more about the airwaves and radio than I do. But what I've noticed, the first SE and the original Mavic Mini, obviously they're Wi-Fi drones. They seem to be, ever since the 5th generation cell phone towers went up, man, I get a lot more interference on those drones. More.
Got more content after the Wi-Fi drone.
Yeah.
Well, and here, this is real interesting because Valerie goes to see her mom every other weekend, and on her way home, she's saying, by the church where you used to fly at when you first started flying your drones, okay? She says, this white tower up there, what is that, okay? And this is the way I drive by work, and I saw it. I didn't see it going, but I saw it coming when I was coming home from work, and I said, that's a 5G tower, okay? Because 5G towers are short. They're not like super tall, like the 4G towers. They're real short, so it's like a 5G tower. So 5G is like everywhere right now, all right? And, and that's why one of the things why DJI has been changing its communication protocols, like with OcuSync, all right? Because they can't interfere with 4G and 5G, okay? Because that part of the radio spectrum is allocated to communications, okay? Cell phone, smartphone communication. So they can't mess with that. So that's why that does that. I mean, it's just straight out simple as that. I mean, which is right. I'm really, what's real nice here is most of the people that we have, Ron, like watching Drone Nation, watching Rotor Talk, okay? Most of us are like you and Marcus have said, we're drone enthusiasts. Some of us actually, do use them to, get paid. Fantastic if you do that, okay? Some are full blown into business, like our good friend Original Dobo, okay? But most of us use it for recreationally, okay, and having fun and educationally, like we do, okay, and getting that message out, okay. And the thing to me is this: it's just, let's just stop, for a moment here and realize we're fortunate, we're very blessed. I mean, for where we started when I first started flying drones, like about 7 or 8 years ago, to where we are now, it's like night and day, Ron.
Yeah. And Bill, also almost all of us and the fans of our shows all have at least a Mini 2 or higher or better. So these entry-level drones like the Mini 4K don't hold a lot of interest to us because most of us have much better drones.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and I know we've already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Enjoy the drone that you have right now. All right. Who knows what DJI is going to put out this year? Are they going to come out with a Mavic 4 or Mavic 4 Pro? Who knows? Who knows what else they're going to do? Because it was just nuts last year with the number of releases that we had, not only on drones, but on cameras as well, too, and gimbals and things. I mean, it was a banner year, and they've already started off this kind of the same way. I mean, not only with drones, but also, their power supply system, which a lot of people, I've read some reviews on it, Ron. People say, especially for powering your drones, is having a spare source out in the field, that if you're out there all day flying, that it's an excellent source for recharging your batteries.
And they even have special ports to charge the DJI drones.
Yeah.
I agree that the early reviews make it sound like the DJI power supplies, they're first time in the market. They already make some of the better ones out there.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
And people are always talking about, because I get these questions every week about, when's the next drone? What are we going to see? What are we going to do here? And it's like, and I tell everybody this, it's like, well, keep an eye out for things. If we find out anything, we'll let you guys know. But you know what? Get out there and enjoy what you have. I mean, by a nice stroke of luck and a lot of hard work, I got a Mavic 3 Pro at an insane price, and I'm enjoying the daylights out of it. And right. I'm still taking the Air 3 up. I took the Mini 4 Pro up. Okay. I'm taking the Specta Mini up again this weekend. I'm going to be taking it up for some more flights. I mean, that's a fun little drone. And
I mean, it's the best lineup of DJI drones ever, with the Mini 4 Pro, the Air 3, and the Mavic 3 Pro.
Yeah.
The best lineup of consumer drones ever. And also throw in the great action cameras they released this year, the Action 4 and the Pocket 3. Well, the Pocket's not really action camera, but they had a great year. This year's a little bit off the slow front, Bill. I mean, the Avata 2's, a really nice upgrade, practically one of the best drone upgrades ever. The Mini 4K, I'll count that as half a drone release. It's just a entry level. It's not really meant to
right.
Yeah.
Where's Koopy's pump when you need it?
He was pumping in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Bill, I know I'm just asking you this. You don't have any knowledge, but just a wild guess. How many months will pass before we see the next DJI drone hit the market?
Go ahead, Marcus.
I'm going to say July.
I was thinking about the same late June, early July kind of time frame is what I was thinking too.
I was thinking more to late July, so I'll differentiate a little bit.
So late July was when we saw the Air 3. The Air 3. We first started hearing about that at the end of July last year.
Air
3S. Where's Lauren?
Where's my S drone?
Pump it. Come on and pump it.
Okay, John, thanks for stopping by tonight. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's fun. All right. It's fun, speculating, thinking what it's going to have, price points, everything. It's fun. And that's what we do. And that's why, Ron and Marcus and I do what we do. We have a lot of fun doing this, having you guys in the chat, and you guys are fantastic in the chat, and you support us, and we really appreciate it. Because I'll tell you what, when I hang up my CRT or my laptop, work laptop for the final time, this is what I'm going to be doing full time, working YouTube and having fun with flying drones, and also ham radio, and then of course my Tundra Nation Basics channel. It's a lot of fun, and that's why I like doing what we do. Okay,
yeah, we get to fly the best consumer drones out there.
We do. We absolutely do. Okay. Exactly. Casey Crime Fighter. Exactly. Okay. And it's a privilege, and it's a privilege to get out here on a weekly basis to share with you guys. And, it's so much fun to be able to do that. And could something be coming up? You never know. We keep an eye on the usual suspects out on Twitter. And it's all quiet on the Western Front now.
Igor's been real quiet. Hey, Uncle Bill says actually the Air 2S is out of stock. Well, Bill, it may be out of stock over DJI.com, but it's not out of stock on eBay.
Yeah, there's
thousands of them for a resale on eBay.
So let's expand on that a little bit. Both Ron and I still have our Air 2S, and it's just one of my all-time favorite drones. But I think I'm going to part with it because all it's going to be is a trophy back here on the shelf because I just don't fly it anymore. And why is that? Because I've got other DJI drones that'll do, kind of the same stuff or better.
I would love more instead to keep it. I had that Insta 360 camera for my Air 2S, so none of your other DJI drones can do 360.
Yeah,
that's the only drone that 360 camera was ever made to fit.
That's a good point. You got a good point. Yeah.
Well, if you guys are looking for Air 2S, they are out on Amazon in stock. Okay.
Yeah.
Air 2S Fly More combo, Air 2S right here is by itself. The Air 2S aircraft only for $739. Air 2S Fly More combo with remote controller renewed.
Well, don't pay that much. Buy a used one because I was looking the other day and looking at you know how you can check the box that says sold items. And they were selling between 500 and 600, a few of them more than that. But, very little used Fly More combos. I mean, why not?
Now, Bill, that one on Amazon, the one for $10.39, like if you bought that off of Amazon, you think you can still get your care refresh on that from DJI?
As long as it's not been registered, yes, I think you do. Because, I had an instance, believe it or not, somebody had asked me about, and I found a link for them for Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Okay. It was unregistered. Okay. Meaning it had never flown. All right. So I did some digging and I found the link that checks that. All right. And it also says there, DJI Care Refresh option was out there. So yes, I believe that's 100%. As long as when you go out to register it, you have that option.
And another reason to keep the Air 2S is I see this reminded me up there when they showed that DJI RC Pro. I only have 2 drones that fly with the DJI RC Pro controller, the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S.
Well, yeah.
When I'm flying the Air 2S, I'm flying with the best controller DJI's ever made.
I would agree with that statement. Yeah.
Look at what Koopy said.
But they got to do pretty good to top the Avata 2. And Bill, I made the point last night. The Avata 2, I think, is the best drone upgrade that DJI's ever had. As far as it's like they went through a checklist of all the complaints of people that had the Avata 1, and they fixed every single one of them.
I'm not sure I agree with that, Ron, but your point is well taken because they sure did. They sure did a good job on it.
Marcus, I think it's the only time they ever listened to is to put more internal memory in the drone.
Yeah, that's true.
Ron just nailed it right there. This is the first time in a long time that DJI has actually listened to consumers and actually made these updates on a drone based on consumer response. And that was the Avata to the Avata 2. Okay. And they did a great job with that. I mean, just an absolutely stellar job. So,
Bill, did you slip that list to Frank Wang on the side?
Yeah, I sent him an email and I told him, I said, Frank, this is what,
this is what all my subscribers have been telling me for last year.
Well, he's been bugging me to buy one. I mean, I keep getting emails from him every other day. Are you going to buy one, Bill? And I said, when I get, when I get some time, I said, I got to go up to Ohio, but we're going to maybe look at it after that. So.
Or until they put it on sale for $7.99. Actually, it's not a whole lot more than $7.99.
Probably. So that would probably be a realistic thing to see on Amazon here. So, any closing thoughts here, guys?
Marcus?
Well, we've got just one more day of windy, bad weather, and then I'm looking at the weather report and it looks good. So I'm going to be flying like crazy.
Flying the heck out of those drones?
Yeah, flying the heck out of those drones.
You be burning some rubber or burning some virtual rubber?
I actually got to go fly a little bit yesterday. I got the Nano Plus out. Ron's favorite drone, the Autel Evo Nano Plus.
Yes.
You
dusted it off, huh?
You know what, Ron? I'm dead serious about this. I was looking behind me and I thought, man, I haven't flown that thing in a long time. So I said it's about time, and I got it out and took it for flight. And by the way, I was just looking at the video. That camera on that thing is amazing. It takes astoundingly good video. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Autel is. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, Bill, but Autel is raising their prices back up again. For a while, you could get it pretty cheap. Same thing with the Lite Plus. That was down right at $1,000 for their, they don't call it Fly More, whatever their premium package, I think they call it. And now it's back up to like $1,400.
I would just know that question. How long will Autel? I mean, these drones are going to be 3 years old soon. How long is Autel just going to keep selling 3-year-old drones on their website like they're brand new items?
They're valid products. They're valid products.
They'll go out there and they may tweak this and tweak that, and because it's the same form factor, it's the same chassis, everything, and they may do a software upgrade. Or add new props on or something and say, the new upgraded Avata da kind of thing, And
I'm you mean like a 4K? Like
yeah. So, there's marketing tricks that they do all the time with something like that. So
hey, sorry to throw you off the subject.
Hey, Koopy, I want Koopy to know that I was pumping Autel, not just DJI.
Yeah, get the pump.
Yeah.
Bill, my closing thought is, I said first time I got to fly today after I got the eyes fixed, all went well. But Bill, I took the Mini 4K out with all the firmware updates done, on the drone, the controller, the fly app, and I hadn't flown this drone since before the Florida Drone Meetup, and it got all the Minis, the Mini 4 and the Air got all these firmware updates, and people had problems. I flew and I had zero issues. To me, it didn't look like there was any change from the last time I flew on the old firmware. But I think most of the issues are revolved around the DJI RC2 controller, and I flew it with the DJI RC N2 controller with my phone. But I didn't see any slowdowns. I didn't have P mode. I still had N mode, normal mode, and didn't switch over to P mode. So, and I did a complete screen recording on my flight too. Recorded the whole flight, recorded audio. So that video will be coming out soon. My update review with all the latest round of firmware. So stay tuned. Coming to you on a bat channel near you.
Hey, Ron, I got to ask you though, does it seem weird? Like I was flying that little Evo, that Nano Plus yesterday with my phone. It seems so weird to be looking at the little phone, after using.
Marcus, guess what? I bought the Mini 4 Pro. I bought the basic package. Figure, well, I'll just use the DJI RC that came with, the Air 3. Well, I think I only converted over one time, and every other time I flew with the phone. So it kind of fits natural. It's a small drone. I'm flying it with a phone. It keeps my pack nimble because the drone is small, the controller is small. My phone's not packed away, so it keeps me in a nice small package like that.
I can relate to a small package.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's a good thought, Ron. Well, for me, it was like this was when I got the Specta Mini and had to fly it. I'm like, holy crap! I was telling Valerie, I'm like, I can't remember the last time I flew a drone like this. I mean, it was like eons ago, and I think I'm going to have to go back to probably, believe it or not, not the FIMI V2, but the one before the V2 when I had the expandable controller, not the TX10.
Yeah, and Bill, I want to mention real quickly, I flew a full battery. I was out. It was warm today. I'm going to say it was in the mid-60s. The sun was beating down on me the whole flight. Did a screen recording the whole flight. No overheat, no screen dimming, nothing, Marcus.
Good. That's good, Ron.
Perfect. Yeah, just
I mean, I didn't fly in Florida heat now, but it was warm.
We'll send up. You know what? We'll make a deal here. We'll push some of that heat up to you guys. You push some of the cool down our way. Okay.
A nice cool ocean breeze down there.
Yeah, we could use some cool breezes down here, and maybe it's some rain as well too. So that would be very welcome
too. Yeah,
very welcome.
Not today.
We got Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Yes. So if make sure if your mom is still around, make sure you either go over there, contact her, let her know that you love her. We're having Valerie's mom over this Sunday, and I'm going to be, I have a special thing that I'm going to be doing this Sunday. I'm going to be dressing in bubble wrap because you remember what happened last year. I broke my hand. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm dressing in bubble wrap this year. That's what I told my Valerie loved it. So, but no.
Well, how is that hand a year later?
Oh, it's fine. Except, I'm probably got a permanent bent right here.
A curve, yeah.
It's just like, and I put there's devices the physical therapist gave me. I wear them. It goes back to normal. And then a couple hours later, it goes back to like this. So it's like, why? And you know what? It's functional. But the only thing that I can't do is flip somebody the bird with my left hand anymore. So
Well,
and Valerie goes, what's wrong with
just
that?
don't get out and drive on those highways. And hey, a giant drone fire's got you beat Bill 93 there tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we might be hitting that too, Johnny.
Okay.
It's just been absolutely crazy.
Bill, have you turned the air conditioners on?
Oh, the air conditioner hasn't stopped this whole past couple of weeks. DJI, the future possible. There it is, folks.
That's the bag that these guys sent Marcus $1,000 for doing his Mini 4 review.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Well, everybody, have a great rest of your evening. Have a happy Mother's Day. Make sure that, you know, if you have children, that you take care of good care of your missus, and make sure that she knows that she's loved and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to be doing that this weekend. So have a great rest of your week. And always, guys, great day to fly. Take care, everybody.
Be safe.